Hello and a very warm welcome from me in the commentary box. I'm Reeve Taylor and we will shortly be heading into round two's race weekend for the AROC Halfords International Formula Alfa Championship 2021. We're at Spa this weekend. It's sure to be a good one and these excellent little Tartus FAO1 cars. Apologies about that, folks. We were just having a couple of technical difficulties, but do not worry, we are back here. So, hello and welcome to round two. It's the race weekend at Spa of the AROC Halfords International Formula Alpha Championship for 2021. And just like to apologise for the delay there, folks, but we will be with you very shortly with some on-track action. We were just solving some technical difficulties there. But we're now going into the Spa weekend of the AROC Halfords International Formula Alpha Championship 2021. Let's dive in straight to the action. We're on board now with Andrew Cracker, who's unfortunately just gone a little bit slower than pole there. Will Harper there with a surprisingly quick lap for these Tartus FA01s with a 1 minute one there. I think the game's having a difficult day perhaps. Will Harper takes 7th with the 2:24.5. Pole is currently sitting at a 2:23.3. Tim Perry closely behind, and Colin Knief just 4 tenths behind. Matt Daly, the defending champ from last year, on a quick lap here. He sets a 2:23.8. It's good enough for 4th. As we come to the end of the lap with Andrew Whitehead. That excellent section through Blanchimont. Coming up to the chicane. There's a 2:23 to beat. Oh, sorry, pardon, a 22. That's a 25.1. ...143 miles an hour through the speed trap. These Tartus cars powered by the, I'm sure, well-loved by Mito and Giulietta owners, the well-loved multi-air engine, that characterful little 1.4 turbo. As Young comes to the end of his stint. See Alex Smith heading through the chicane now. Coming on to the final straight. There's a 2:23.1 to beat. And he goes 4 tenths faster and takes pole. On board with Andrew Whitehead now. Who I believe has 2 entries in the timing sheets there. That's impressive work from Andrew Whitehead. Board with Colin Knief now. He's a second off pole at the moment. He'll be really looking forward to getting back on pole position. It's crucial that you make a good getaway, as we saw in the last round. If you can escape from the lap 1 chaos, you'll finish pretty good. Excellent livery on Andrew Whitehead's car there. Just like in the Giulietta Championship, he got a cracking livery that's reminiscent of the modern day F1 car. Fortunately, that was a slow one for Andrew Whitehead at 2:25. Let's check our pole sitter, Alex Smith. Two-tenths quick at that sector. And if he can keep this, this would be a pole he will very much appreciate. He's currently holding 4 points in the championship, so if he can make some headway into the championship standings, I'm sure he'll be a very happy man. And he improves by half a second. Good going there by Alex Smith. That'll be one to celebrate. Smith relaxing in the pits there. Good day's work. Our list of qualified drivers ranging across 5 seconds from the 2:22.2. That can be a bit of a tongue twister, down to 2:27. We're on board with Guy Swarbrick now. See what he can do. Make his way up the standings. We get into the final minutes of qualifying. Setting 144 mile an hour for a speed trap there. Come up to the excellent Eau Rouge section. It's a lovely sweeping corner, that. And it's great action at the start of the race. Andrew Cracker setting a personal best, 2 seconds off pole. Tim Perry improving slightly into the 2:22s, joining Alex Smith there, but unfortunately it's not enough to take pole. Colin Knief, he'll be looking to set a quick on. Unfortunately, he's a second slower that sector as we come to the end of qualifying. These are everyone's last laps now. Looking like Knief was unable to improve, unfortunately. Set at 2:23.4. Comes at the end of the lap with Alan Matthews. See what he can do. Ooh, a little bit messy at the end of the lap there for Guy Swarbrick. But he is brought closer. 4 seconds off pole. We'll join you very shortly for the race. And you join us just before the lights go out on the race 1 of round 2 at the weekend at Spa. Hopefully just having some technical difficulties that will hopefully resolve themselves in just a second. And there we go. And we are off. We head straight down into La Source, barreling down all of us. Fortunately, still having a couple of technical difficulties, but it looks like a fairly clean turn 1 so far. Nice done. Alex Smith retains the lead. Will Harper getting the overtake on Andrew Whitehead as we head down into the Eau Rouge Radion complex. Brilliant view of all those multi-air powered form. Oh, and we have a big crash. Big crash. Who's that there? Looks like... Oh dear, massive accident from Paul Plant, Guy Swarbrick, and Greg... Too many to even count. Huge accident going up through Radion there. Oh dear, that's just the type of lap 1 carnage we really wanted to avoid. Those at the front will be, I'm sure, a little bit more relaxed than those at the back now. Oh dear, I think we got a lot of damaged cars at the end of that. Alex Smith still holding the lead with Colin Keneath shortly behind. He'll be feeling the pressure running that low aero setup that we should all be. Of course, that low aero setup giving us great benefits in these 1.4 litre engine cars down the straight, but of course making us far more unstable in the more difficult corners like Pouhon. Rob Whitney, I'm sure, doing his best to catch up with the leading 5 numbered cars of the pack. Although, to be honest, given the size of the crash there, I think 30 seconds spread down the field isn't too bad, really. We now see the gap opening up a bit. Alex Smith having a great lap. Guy Swarbrick heading into the pits. It'll be a recovery drive from here on out, I think. See a few more pitters from the heavy results of that crash earlier. We've kept relatively clean apart from that. Apologies, folks, we're just having a couple of technical difficulties, where unfortunately we're unable to see what's going on at the very front end of the field. But as we can see, Alex Smith building that gap nicely from Colin Keneath. The more breathing room he can get, the better. And luckily, just on cue, we get to see his car. It looks like he's working those front tyres well. We see Paul Plant getting the overtake. But we don't, unfortunately. We see Will Harper leaving the pits. So far we have Alex Smith, Colin Keneath and Matt Daly topping the podiums. as we start seeing fastest laps coming in. Cars climbing through a rouge. Colin Knief being the only driver out of last year's podium to still be in those podium positions right now. Obviously last year having Matt Daly, the defending champion, Colin Knief, and Andrew Whitehead, who is fortunately currently down in 10th. I believe likely a victim of the chaos on lap 1. I'm sure that'll be one for the stewards to have a field day with. We seem to be building gaps of about sort of at least a second to a second and a half between all the cars now as we kind of settle into the race, and the drivers are just getting the head down and making progress. Alex Smith doing an excellent drive so far, building a 2-second lead on Colin Knief, with Matt Daly shortly behind, about 1.5 seconds behind him. Then behind him we have, at 5 seconds from the leader, we have Alan Matthews. Behind him we have Andrew Craker at 7 seconds behind. And then that's where the gap really builds up. We got 13 seconds to Rob Whitney. And just close behind, at half a second behind, we have Paul Plant. Let's see what he can do with this sector 3 of the lap here. He'll be trying to use that slipstream to his absolute advantage. Unfortunately, we lose a member, likely due to connection issues, I imagine. Let's hope he can rejoin. Just a 10th separator now as Paul Plant goes for the overtake. Excellent use of the slipstream there. Fastest laps being set yet again, as these cars get lighter and lighter. Let's see what Rob Whitney can do. He's Paul Plant there on an absolute flyer that last lap. Paul Plant building that gap now as he heads up through a rouge. That was an excellent lap. That should reap him many benefits of the rest of the race. We shouldn't see too much track ramp up. We've started this weekend with 100% track grip. I'm sure though the drivers will be trying anything they can to make the most of it. Alex Smith now nicely building that gap out through the front. If everything goes well, he should walk through this. We're on board now with Paul Millman in that vibrant livery, reminiscent of the now retired Racing Point liveries. Steve Knight coming across some back marker track there. I'm sure the blue flags will make sure that's not a problem for much longer. Behind them we have Paul Millman, then Andrew Whitehead, who unfortunately after being on the podium last year won't be enjoying, or likely won't be enjoying, the same fortunes. And him, Will Harper, and then fortunately we lost Tim Perry. And then I'm not sure if we've had a technical issue with him as well, unfortunately, but looks like we've lost Greg Young and Tim Perry. The second behind now, Paul Millman is behind Steve Knight. I'm sure Paul Millman will be begging for that back marker to stay there. Fondren through the chicane, coming across the start-finish straight. Let's see how brave he can be down through La Source. So we head up through Eau Rouge now. Again, it'll be another test of bravery. As we can see on the dash there, I believe that's miles an hour. 130 miles an hour being sustained through Eau Rouge. Yeah, there we got on the speed trap, 140 miles an hour. Just 7 tenths now separate these two. If he can put a good lap in, we could see another position gained for Paul Millman. Oh, a mistake there by Steve Knight. That could prove critical. Tricky complex through here. You have to brake more than you think that you would. Steve Knight looking like he's playing a bit cautious. Paul Millman using every inch of that tarmac that he can. So we head down through Pouhon now. Very satisfying corner to get right, but if you get it wrong, it can be disastrous for your race. As Paul Millman pushes wide, I'm not sure if we're seeing a bit of tyre wear now starting to set in. They'll have to try that somewhere else, unfortunately. Second now separates the two. Oh, Paul Millman's got a great exit out of that corner. He'll be using that slipstream to his full potential there to get that overtake. Well done to Paul Millman. Oh, squeezed in there. Really bully your way through. That's what we like to see. Let's see what Steve Knight can now do through chicane. Let's head back onto the start-finish straight. And through La Source now. Now, Paul Millman obviously enjoying that overtake down the straight there, and maybe a difference in setup, I'm not sure, but as we saw earlier in the lap, it looked as if Paul Millman's tyres were maybe struggling a little bit. So let's see what Steve Knight can do through the bends. Wow, you're really using all the tarmac that you can through Eau Rouge Radillon. The long straight now, 139 miles an hour through the speed trap. Yeah, it looks as if we saw Paul Millman doing about 140 through that speed trap. It looks as if there's maybe a bit of a difference in setup. We head now down to Alan Matthews. Further on, up the track. He'll obviously be hunting down that podium position from the defending champ and last year's race winner Matt Daly. Let's see what we've done. As we saw two great overtakes down this back straight, let's see what can be done again. Rob Whitney gaining on Paul Plant here, as Guy Swarbrick sure we'll be getting blue flags soon enough. Again, Rob Whitney probably begging for a little bit of a hold up to happen there. And we're back down the back straight. Everyone eking out as much slipstream as possible. This really is an exercise in finesse and precision, that corner, because exercising the steering wheel just in the right manner, could gain you a mile an hour, which down these long straights can be absolutely crucial in setting yourself up for an overtake. Alan Matthews closely behind the Matt Daly in the third podium position there. And then again, as we head up through the Rouge Radion complex, we've see Paul Plant getting past the blue marker. Obviously Rob Whitney wanting to make quick work of getting past him. Less than half a second now split these two up towards the top of the field. Alan Matthews on Matt Daly. As we head through this wonderful technical complex here. I'm not sure if you can notice, but I absolutely adore Spa. I think it's a cracking circuit. I'm not much good. But, you know, it's all fun and games. Rob Whitney having now got past the back marker there. As we head into 9 minutes remaining of this first race out of the two before we're heading to the reverse second race. First grid second race. Matt Daly so far managing to keep Alan Matthews at bay. And there must have been a mistake, unfortunately, from Rob Whitney as he now settles back, being a few seconds behind Paul Plant. Heading through chicane now onto start-finish straight, and we look like a bit of oversteer on our Matthews side there. Heading now through La Source. Meanwhile, up at front, Alex Smith doing a commanding drive. 4 seconds now split him and Colin Knief. Doing an excellent job. Oh, as we have an off there. Who's that by? That's by Paul Millman. Oh dear, what a shame. Yeah, he'll be wanting to get back on track, heading the correct direction soon, fairly sharpish. Mistake from the number 69 car there. See Alan Matthews hunting Matt Daly down. Oh, we see a mistake from Paul Plant as well. Rob Whitney probably reaping the benefits from that. As we settle now down to getting close to the final 5 minutes of this race. So we've got a bit of an unhappy wing on the front of Paul Plant's car there. Now here's the decision of whether or not you decide to pit with that or not, because obviously you lose 30 or maybe 40 seconds probably, or if even more, replacing the front wing. On these cars, but on the other hand, it's a low downforce circuit. We've got 5 minutes to go. Does Paul Plant try and recover what he can from this race with that situation? And Matthews now getting decidedly close to the bottom podium position there. I imagine he'll be going all guns blazing in the final stage of this race, as we head up through a Rouge now. I think these cars make an excellent noise powered by that little multi-air engine. Who knew it was such a versatile unit, from powering Giulietta's Mitos to providing some excellent racing here at Spa. Hopefully as well we'll have Tim Perry back for the reverse grid sprint race coming up soon. Bit of backfire as they head down. Sorry, just having a couple of technical issues once again with the timing system. Matt Daly still being hunted down by Alan Matthews. Meanwhile, 3.6 seconds out in front, Alex Smith. As I've mentioned before, commanding drive. Got it, took it on pole, and has stayed there ever since. Imagine a fairly relaxed Alan Smith in the cockpit there. Someone who's not relaxed, yet again, Matt Daly. Less than half a second covering these two now. We'll head up down the back straight with them. And Matthew's doing everything he can within that slipstream. Has he finally got it around? Oh, that was a little bit over the white line there. Really taking liberties with the track, using every inch of tarmac that he can. Matt Daly staying ahead as we head through the chicane. 3 minutes and a lap to go. Alan Matthews getting a brilliant exit though, as we head down the start-finish straight. Nearly a second quicker that previous lap by Alan Matthews. And we have a great helicopter cam view. Half a second splitting these two as they head up through Eau Rouge. Meanwhile, we have... Do we have Will Hart? No, we don't, unfortunately. That's another issue with the timing system. Alan Matthews. Can he do it? Can he get it done? He just about does down the straight here. Let's see what Matt Daly can do. Great use of the slipstream there. Decidedly powerful overtake there as he gets it done on the straight and manages to keep it held through the corner there. Follow Will Harper up through Eau Rouge now. Alan Matthews placing himself on the bottom step of the podium with just 2 minutes and a lap to go. ...144 miles an hour through the speed trap there. From Alan Matthews. Matt Daly will be trying his best to get that overtake done, arguably in the same place that Alan Matthews did just a lap ago. Meanwhile, out in front, as we head into the final minute and a lap of this race, Alex Smith. An excellent drive from him. You see, composed, just got the job done, and well, you're seeing the benefits right now. Perhaps Matt Daly's a little bit too far behind to get something done on the straight here. So we join the camel straight. We have 2 laps remaining now from Alex Smith. He won't be going for any flies, he'll just be looking to just calm and consistent drive. No mistakes at this very late stage of this race now. Oh, as we see... Oh, Matt Daly's off! Matt Daly's off! Oh, he'll be really kicking himself now. Andrew Caker reaping the rewards of Matt Daly's unfortunate off. Such a shame. They had a great consistent drive warding off Alan Matthews for so long. Unfortunately, it wasn't to say like that. Colin Knief, you must say, has had a, in an arguably good way, a not so dramatic race, really. He's a solid amount of points from P2 here. Not suffering from the misfortune as those such as Guy Swarbrick and Will Harper, who've fortunately that large lap 1 accident at the top of Eau Rouge, who I must say, I think we lost 1 participant. Could have been much worse. Rob Whitney has Paul Plants in his sights. This is a battle we saw long ago that was sort of dispersed through back markers. I don't think he'll unfortunately be able to get anything done within his final lap of the race now. Current running order then, we have Alex Smith taking the first step on the podium. Colin Knief behind in second. Alan Matthews taking third. Andrew Craker with that fortuitous accident from Matt Daly there in fourth. Matt Daly in fifth. Paul Plant behind in sixth. Rob Whitney in seventh. And we have Steve Knight in eighth. Then in ninth we have Paul Millman. 10th, Andrew Whitehead. Fortunately somewhat different from his podium last year. And then 11th we have Will Harper. In 12th we have Guy Swarbrick. We have a DNF unfortunately from disconnection from Tim Perry. Then in the pit here in 14th we have Greg Young. As we see the leader now heading down through Pouon. A lovely consistent drive from Alex Smith here. We're now heading down the back straight in the final lap of this. What's been fairly exciting round one here of this race weekend at Spa. Alex Smith will be enjoying a lovely hoard of points, taking top spot. Colin Knief and Alan Matthews also benefiting from a huge sweep of points as we head into the reverse grid race for the second round here. As we now watch Alex Smith come across the line. A commanding victory, one that he will have enjoyed very much. Nothing too dramatic, exactly what he would have wanted. Colin Knief and Alan Matthews filling the podium there. Some celebratory donuts, I believe, well deserved by Alex Smith. As we follow number 5, Matt Daly. Just a few laps ago, he was on that bottom spot of the podium there. He'll be kicking himself after that incident down the Camel Straight. More celebratory donuts from Alex Smith there. As number 6, Paul Plant, comes across the line. Followed closely by number 7, Rob Whitney. I believe I hear more donuts. It's Alex Smith again, really giving those tyres a workout. as number 8, Steve Knight, crosses the line. With, I'll say it again, that excellent livery on Andrew Whitehead's car, coming home in 9th. These are all important points in this championship. See Guy Swarbrick's car just crossing the camera view there. See Paul Millman crossing the line. And then taking home 12th, Guy Swarbrick. That was an excellent round 1 with some action. Unfortunately, a large accident on lap 1 did hamper some of the overtakes, but we'll be back shortly for the reverse grid race at Spa. And you join us now, the final 30 seconds before the lights go out. Obviously running this reverse grid race. Round 2 of the AROC Halfords International Formula Alpha Championship 2021 will be underway as soon as these lights go out. And we are off. 25 minutes to go until the end of this race. Let's see who can make it through lap 1. Whoever makes it through lap 1 here will be sure to have a good finish here at the end of this race. We'll just wait for the time screen to update and take us round with the rest of the cars. We have Greg Young in first with Tim Perry just a tenth behind, hot on his trail. Head up through Eau Rouge now. We've had I think a much more calm start to lap 1 than the previous race. Tim Perry getting the overtake on Greg Young. Guy Swarbrick getting the overtake on Will Harper. Andrew Craker getting the overtake on Steve Knight. Paul Plant getting the overtake on Andrew Whitehead. Oh, we have an off. That's from Guy Swarbrick. As we see Andrew Cracker using those curbs to his benefit, I think, there. We have half a second now separating the top two, with Will Harper and Paul Plant closely behind us. Paul Plant gets the overtake on Will Harper. Oh, we have a big off. It's Paul Plant and Will Harper. Oh, there's another one involved there. That looks like the car of Paul Millman. Oh dear, the stewards will have to have a look at that one, see who was responsible. That was a big off, unfortunately. Of course, Matt Daly benefiting from that and back in the podium positions with Andrew Whitehead hot on his tail. Meanwhile, further down the grid we have Alex Smith, Steve Knight, Rob Whitney all close together. Colin Knief making his way through, getting past Rob Whitney there. Matt Daly holding Andrew Whitehead off just for now. Meanwhile, Alex Smith gets the overtake done on Steve Knight. Colin Knief now hunting down the cars of Steve Knight and Alex Smith. Andrew Whitehead hunting down Matt Daly as we come across the start line. A still exciting and action-packed lap 1, but far less dramatic than what we had previously. Less than half a second now separate Matt Daly and Andrew Whitehead. Matt Daly will be disappointed to lose the podium position as he did in the previous race, hopefully not having an accident shortly after as well. As Alan Matthews heads up through Eau Rouge. We look as we have a slow Andrew Cracker there. Andrew Whitehead getting the move done on Matt Daly. The end of the Camel Straight there as we come through Les Coombe. So you have Alan Matthews in 6th, Alex Smith in 7th, Colin Knief trying to force his way through as we have an unfortunate, I think we've had Paul Millman disconnect from the server there. We have Rob Whitney in 9th, Steve Knight close behind in 10th, and then Guy Swarbrick following his accident before in 11th. Will Harper involved in that unfortunate accident before, 40 seconds down on him. Matt Daly's made a move on Andrew Whitehead and taken that position back. Behind him we have Andrew Cracker and Alan Matthews. Steve Knight chasing down Rob Whitney. As Rob Whitney's using as much track as possible there. This track being about so many straight lines, it's all about getting your exits through those corners absolutely perfect. The more momentum we can carry into those straights, the better. See, Tim Perry setting a fastest lap of 2:25.7. Our previous race winner will be hunting down Alan Matthews there. Andrew Cracker shortly behind Andrew Whitehead. He's unfortunately fell a little bit behind Matt Daly there. Sure, Cracker will want to use his slipstream as we come up through a rouge and onto the Camel Straight. Alan Matthews is gaining on Andrew Cracker there. Not too far behind Andrew Whitehead. We could see a lovely battle forming between these three. Arguably these four, really. Alex Smith, the previous race winner, is not that far behind. Tim Perry holding a nice lead out in front, with Matt Daly enjoying a more comfortable gap than what he had the previous race, as we see Andrew Cracker getting closely behind Andrew Whitehead there. Let's see what Andrew Whitehead can do in defence. As we go through P1, and we see Alex Smith taking a very wide line through there, carrying lots of speed. Oh, so we see Andrew Whitehead getting the overtake. Oh, it's Matt Daly. He's had another off. Big shame for Matt Daly there. He's now down in 8th. As Colin Knief gets the overtake done. Andrew Cracker has now found himself fighting for a podium position. And does he get the move done? Oh, they are neck and neck heading through Blanchimont here. Oh, pardon me, it's not quite Blanchimont yet. But Andrew Whitehead just stays out in front for now. It looks like we've got some focusing issues on our virtual camera here. That's an issue I wasn't expecting. Andrew Cracker hot on the tails of Andrew Whitehead again. Meanwhile, close behind is Alex Smith. And Alex Smith gets a move done on Alan Matthews. Andrew Cracker taking advantage of that slipstream. How brave will he be through Lake Hume now? Ford, he doesn't go for a move. Probably keeping sensible there. Oh, we have an off from Andrew Cracker. Oh, I was just saying about how he was staying sensible. Unfortunately, it hasn't quite worked out for him. Also, we see a launch from the Tartus FA01 there. Oh, we have a very slidey moment from Alan Matthews there. But as they are promoted to 4th and 5th respectively, Alex Smith in 4th and Alan Matthews in 5th. See Andrew Cracker in the pits there, putting some damage. 15 minutes to go of this second reverse grid race here. Tim Perry enjoying a 3-second lead out in front. Greg Young 6 seconds ahead of Andrew Whitehead. Close behind Andrew Whitehead is Alex Smith. brilliant noise from these little multi-air engines. As we head on up through chicane now onto the start-finish straight. We've got some back markers. Let's see how these affect the fight for the podium position here. Alex Smith enjoying a great lap there as he overtakes the back marker of Paul Millman. It looks like Will Harper there's unless I trust my screen, struggling with a little bit of tyre grip at the front. We have a train heading up through Eau Rouge now. Don't think this one will be too risky, but you never know, as we've learned over the past 2 races. Head down the Camel Straight now. We're in kind of a stalemate of slipstream here. Oh, we see the back end go on Alan Matthews' car there. Has he been brave with a very, very, very low aero setup? He's not uncommon with the FAO1, so just run 0 wings and get everything you can out on the straight of these little 1.4 litre engines. We have Matt Daly still behind Colin Knief as Colin Knief overtakes the back marker car of Paul Millman. So 14th we've got Paul Millman as he gets overtaken by the Colin Knief and lets Matt Daly past. Very courteous driving from Paul Millman there. Then we have number 13 Paul Plant heading through La Source. Then we have Andrew Craker using all of his steering lock there out of Pouon. Then we have Will Harper up in 11th, Guy Swarbrick in 10th, Steve Knight in 9th, Rob Whitney in 8th, Matt Daly in 7th, Colin Knief in 6th, Alan Matthews in 5th in that battle for the 3rd position here, Andrew Whitehead in 4th, Alex Smith enjoying 3rd position there. He'll be seeing if he can make his way back up to the top spot. It's very good to see him on the podium anyway, after his win in the last round. Greg Young in 2nd, and enjoying a 4-second lead out in 1st, Tim Perry. Let's see what Alan Matthews can do through the source here. Will he get the nose in? No, he won't. He'll stay back for now, but let's see what happens through Eau Rouge. A good exit from La Source can really help you up Eau Rouge here if you're trying to do an overtake. Of course, a very risky place to go side by side, but it can be done. Alan Matthews gaining through Eau Rouge substantially there. He'll be getting his front wheel out. And takes the position. Alan Matthews now in 4th. They're still in sort of a stalemate as they come down the Camel Straight, with Andrew Whitehead eventually ceding his position. As we hear the turbo go on that lovely little multi-air engine. At this point I sound like part of the Fiat marketing department, but it is a great little engine, loads of potential as we can see. Using anything from fun little super minis to family cars to this race car here. On board now with Alex Smith, the previous race winner. He's hunting down Greg Young. Hungry for that top spot at the podium again. We're 5 laps in, with 11 minutes remaining, plus a couple of laps. As we have kind of this feud between Andrew Whitehead and Alan Matthews. This will likely continue to the end of the race, I can imagine, unless there's some type of accident. Matt Daly behind Colin Knief still, after that unfortunate accident, kind of reminiscent of what happened in race 1 there. On board again with Alex Smith as we head through chicane now. 1.7 seconds behind the 2nd place Greg Young. As long as Alex Smith is, this might be commentator's curse, as long as Alex Smith's luck doesn't turn, this will be a very fruitful weekend for him in terms of the points. Watch the second and third place now head up through a Rouge. Very dramatic viewing angle, that corner. It's an excellent corner. We've seen just how easy it is to get it wrong. Tim Perry enjoying a 5-second lead out in front. As we head into the final 10 minutes of this race now. Alex Smith's gained substantially on Greg Young here. Pushing that front end wide. Let's see what he can do. Can he get second place by the end of this lap and then begin to hunt down the first position? Either way, a brilliant drive over the past 2 rounds from Alex Smith here. Alex Smith currently only on 4 points in the championship standings. That's 11th. This to jump him substantially and really bring him into that title fight. As we see now, Alex Smith decidedly close to the rear end of on the gearbox really of that second place car, bouncing off the limiter as he goes through chicane and gets the move done. Excellent move from Alex Smith there, coming down onto the start finish straight in second position. I imagine in his head he'll now be saying, right, first place, it's mine. We're on board with Alex Smith again as he heads down the Campbell Straight. He'll have Tim Perry in his sights now. We'll be hunting him down. 10 seconds covers the top 4 here, with Andrew Whitehead shortly behind, Colin Keneath and Matt Daly, who we saw had that unfortunate accident earlier. So, first position we have Tim Perry, enjoying a 5-second lead out in front, but that'll surely be eaten into by number 2, Alex Smith. Greg Young has been demoted down to 3rd at the end of the final lap, or sorry, the last lap. And then close behind him is Alan Matthews. We have Andrew Whitehead in 5th. Colin Keneath closer behind again in 6th. And Matt Daly has been keeping up with him in 7th position. Behind them we have Rob Whitney, who's currently dealing with backmarker traffic, with Steve Knight behind. Guy Swarbrick in 10th. Will Harper in 11th. We have Andrew Craker in 12th. And Paul Plant in 13th, who both suffered from accidents. And then I think we've had a substantial repairs on Paul Millman's car down in 14th. Alex Smith's already taken half a second down on that gap as we head into getting close to the final 5 minutes of this race now. At this rate, will he be able to take the first position? I'll board with him here as he gets to 6,200 revs at 140 miles an hour before heading down the chicane. He'll be asking for a bit of that DNA switch overboost function, I imagine, as we're now at a 4-second gap. Alan Matthews close behind Greg Young. Bouncing off the limiter there in 4th. So we head up through Eau Rouge now. We've seen people capitalise in this corner before. Will it happen again? Matt Daly close behind Colin Keneath again. Colin Keneath behind Andrew Whitehead. Let's see what he can do in the slipstream down the Camel Straight. Alan Matthews getting the overtake done. As we head down into Lecumbe. Oh, he doesn't quite get it done though. Greg Young pushes his way through and says, no, thank you very much. That is mine. I'm having that bottom spot at the podium. Let's see what he can do now as we head towards Pouillon. Really riding the curbs hard then. It's lucky that these cars are not too expensive to repair. Well, comparative to other open wheel series. Meanwhile, Alex Smith is eating into that 5-second gap. It's now down to 3.5 seconds. It looks like Greg Young has managed to defend that bottom podium position for now, but let's see what can happen down this back straight. Matt Daly close behind Colin Keneath, who's also close behind Andrew Whitehead. He'll be using that slipstream to his best ability. It looks like Colin Keneath's almost got some rear wing damage. Matt Daly getting the move done on Colin Keneath. Once again, it'll be a recovery drive for Matt Daly. Let's see what he can do. As we head down into La Source, Alan Matthews close on Greg Young's tail. With just 3 seconds now between Tim Perry and Alex Smith. Colin Keneath will be yearning to get that position back. However, Matt Daly is close behind Andrew Whitehead as we head up through Eau Rouge. Nothing can be done right now, but let's see towards the end of this straight what will happen in the slipstream. Alan Matthews close on Greg Young's tail as we head down through Lecumbe. We've got a lot going on in this section of the track. Great action. Have Andrew Cracker in 12th there. Matt Daly close behind Andrew Whitehead. Looks like Andrew Whitehead's gone a little bit wide on the entry of that corner there. Or will Matt Daly capitalise on it? Two and a half seconds now split the top two positions. With Alan Matthews, looked like he was struggling with a little bit of oversteer through that corner there. Greg Young keeping him at bay for just another lap. Matt Daly is getting poised to make the move on Andrew Whitehead. I'm sure that the slipstream will be incredibly important to him as we head into the final part of this lap now. Andrew Whitehead just closing the door on him in that instance. Oh, a little bit of oversteer from Matt Daly there. That could prove crucial in not only keeping him in 6th there, but Colin Keneath capitalising on that and getting the slipstream and taking back that position that was taken from him in the lap prior. Colin Keneath taking good advantage of that slipstream there. Let's see how brave he is through the chicane here. He tries to go around the outside, but Matt Daly gets a move done on Andrew Whitehead as we head across the start-finish straight. Colin Keneath be kicking himself as Matt Daly uses chicane to his advantage there. Great recovery drive from Matt Daly here. Still got over 2 seconds separating the top 2 positions. Will it be enough with just a couple of laps remaining now? As the timing screen comes, or the timer comes to an end as we go down into the final couple of laps of the race. Excellent battle for 5th and 6th position here as Colin Knief uses the slipstream down the Campbell Straight and overtakes. Does he overtake? He's very close. Side by side down the Campbell Straight here. Colin Knief just edging out in front, but let's see how brave Andrew Whitehead is down on the brakes here. And Colin Knief gets the move done through Lacombe. 2 laps remaining of this race. 2 seconds split Alex Smith and Tim Perry. Alan Matthews is second behind Greg Young. Hunted him down. Obviously they got very close prior, but a little bit messy through that corner there from Alan Matthews. Matt Daly starting in 5th with Colin Knief behind. Andrew Whitehead's down in 7th now. Good few laps of these 3 drivers here. Excellent battles for these crucial points positions. So just the running order here as we come into the final couple of laps of the race. We've got Tim Perry out in front as Alex Smith in 2nd closes down on him. He's in his sights now as we head down the back straight. Greg Young in 3rd. Alan Matthews in 4th. Matt Daly in 5th. Colin Knief in 6th. Andrew Whitehead in 7th. Rob Whitney in 8th. Steve Knight in 9th. Guy Swarbrick in 10th. Will Harper in 11th. Andrew Craker in 12th. Paul Planted 13th. And Paul Millman in 14th. Alex Smith will have to put in a flyer as he heads through the source here, as he'll have to put in a flyer to get this move done, but you never know. Tim Perry, our race leader, heading up through a Rouge Radion. Alex Smith using the curb to his advantage there. Alex Smith will be trying to edge his way into that slipstream as much as he can, as there's now 1.5 seconds separating the 2. I imagine this will be pretty much a quality lap. We're low on fuel. There ain't much of the race left. He'll be using every bit of that 1.4 litre multi-air engine that he can as well. Very close now between Alan Matthews and Greg Young. Less than half a second. We're on board with Alan Matthews. Let's see what can be done as they head down to Pouhon. Only a second separating these 2 now. Can it be done down the back straight as we head towards chicane on the final lap of this reverse grid sprint race? Great racing here in this second race. And Matthews hot and tail to Greg Young. We're on the back straight now. We've got a second remaining between the top 2 positions. We've got Alex Smith hunting him down in the slipstream. We have a position change. Oh, as Guy Swarbrick has an accident. Less than a second to go. Can it be done in this final chicane? Meanwhile, Alan Matthews is getting the overtake done down the back straight. He takes the bottom podium position, pardon. Tim Perry just wards him off through the chicane, and it looks like we'll have Tim Perry as the race winner for round 2. Alan Matthews snatching that bottom podium position at the very last straight, the very last lap. An excellent drive from Alan Matthews. Bouncing off the limiter there. Taking home the bottom podium position. We have Matt Daly coming across the line in 5th. Colin Knief coming across the line in 6th. Do we have any celebratory donors from Tim Perry? It doesn't look like we do. Andrew Whitehead crossing the line in 7th. Rob Whitney coming down the back straight here. Excellent drive from these two here. Rob Whitney coming across the line in 8th. Do we have an off from Steve Wright there? We do, we have an off, unfortunately, on the very last lap. This may actually affect him. Can Will Harper benefit from this and take that last position? How damaged is this car? It's 15 seconds. Is that enough? I'm not sure it is, but you never know. It looks like a very poorly Tarsus there. If I was Will Harbour, I'd be going all the guns blazing, full banzai, full boost. You can't even change the boost from the steering wheel, but I'd try. Get those crucial points positions. It looks like a very poorly car as we head through the final chicane. It won't be enough, unfortunately. He's very lucky after that accident to have not lost on that points position. Will Harper taking the final point in 10th. We had a DNF, unfortunately, from Guy Swarbrick. It looks like a connection drop, maybe. Poor Plant coming across the line there after that accident earlier in the race. As does Paul Millman, who suffered immensely, I think, from another accident and had to perform a lot of repairs to that Saturn. Good job from the pit crew there. Tim Perry comes to the end of his victory lap, a well-deserved one, warding off Alex Smith at the end of that race there. Good racing from all, really. So, that will conclude round 2. Some excellent action, excellent racing. So round 2 of the AROC Halfords International Formula Alpha Championship 2021 has been drawn to a close. I think the big benefactor there was more than likely Alex Smith. He took home 2nd and 1st. First, obviously, in the round 1 and 2nd in this reverse grid sprint race. So I hope you very much enjoyed the racing tonight and